One day, you'll realize that the big house you're building, the stable job you're clinging to, even the people you love the most, might be the very things stealing your peace. Sounds paradoxical, doesn't it? But stay with me for a few more minutes, because the story I'm about to tell could completely change how you see happiness. Imagine a regular day in your life. You wake up, check your phone, dozens of messages, hundreds of notifications, the outside world pulling you in second by second. You get to work, the pressure weighs heavy. You come home, family tensions are waiting. Friends invite you out. Social media preaches success, money, status. And you're exhausted in a strange way. Because from the outside, you seem to be doing well. You have a job, a family, a stable income. But deep inside, a quiet restlessness, like an undercurrent that never stops. You worry about the future, worry about money, worry about your kids, worry about your career, worry about what others think of you. And then, in those rare quiet moments, you ask yourself, why do I still feel so empty? This isn't just your story. This is the story of millions around the world. In Japan, research shows stress and burnout are at alarming levels. In South Korea, the pressure to succeed is seriously affecting the mental health of an entire generation. Even in the wealthiest nations, happiness indices are declining. We're all racing. But when we reach the finish line, then what? And then I realized something. We've been confusing two types of peace. The first type, peace from the outside. That's when your environment is calm. No pressure, no problems. A family harmony. Work goes smoothly. Money is abundant. Sounds ideal, right? But here's the problem. Life is never that perfect. It's always changing, always shifting. Calm today, stormy tomorrow. If your peace depends on external circumstances, you'll never truly be at peace. You're like a bird raised in a cage, safe, well-fed, protected. But release it into the wild. It won't know how to fly, won't know how to find food, won't know how to survive. That's not real peace. That's false security. The second type, peace from within. This is the kind of peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, doesn't depend on whether things are going smoothly or not. It's inner strength, the ability to stand firm in the storm, the calmness before any turbulence. And here's the key. When your inner strength is greater than external pressure, you're at peace. When your inner strength is less than external pressure, you collapse. It's that simple. So how do you build inner strength? Research from positive psychology shows there are three core pillars. 1. Wisdom, understanding life, understanding yourself, understanding what truly matters. When you understand, you're no longer confused. When you understand, you know how to face things. Wisdom isn't knowing everything. It's knowing what deserves your attention and what deserves to be let go. 2. Resilience. The ability to get back up after falling. The ability to endure and overcome difficulties. Resilience isn't never falling. It's always knowing how to stand back up. It's like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. The more you avoid it, the weaker it becomes. 3. Integrity. Living aligned with your values. When your actions align with what you believe in, you no longer have inner conflict. You live honestly. You live with a clear conscience. And that brings deep peace. But here's the hardest part. To build inner strength, you must let go of the external. Think of it like a scale. On one side is inner strength. On the other side is what you're clinging to externally. The more you cling to money, fame, approval, material things, the weaker you become. I'm not saying you have to give up everything, but learn to simplify. Know what's enough. Let go of what's unnecessary. Reduce the noise. Reduce the comparisons. Reduce unrealistic expectations and focus on what truly nourishes your soul. There's a small country called Bhutan, nestled in the Himalayas. They're not wealthy, not an economic powerhouse, but according to the Gross National Happiness Index, they're one of the happiest countries in the world. Why? Because they understand one thing. Happiness doesn't come from having more. It comes from needing less. Since the 1970s, while the entire world raced to develop GDP, Bhutan chose a different path. They measure success not just by economics, but by the happiness and well-being of their people. They limit harmful media. They encourage simple, sustainable living. They respect nature. They build community. And the result? A more peaceful society. Less stress. Less comparison and competition. This isn't wishful thinking. This is living proof. You don't have to wait for the whole world to change. You can start with yourself. Reduce time on social media. Make time for silence and learn to listen to your inner self. Rediscover simple joys. Read books. Take walks. Have real conversations with loved ones. Live simply. Live authentically. Live with purpose. Finally, I want to leave you with a thought. What foundation are you building your life on? A fragile foundation from the outside, money, fame, others' approval, or a solid foundation from within, wisdom, resilience, and living true to your own values? One foundation will crumble when the storm comes. One foundation will keep you standing. Choose wisely. Life is always changing. That won't change. But how you face it, that's entirely in your hands. If this video resonated with you, leave your thoughts below and share it with someone you think needs to hear this. Because sometimes a small shift in perspective can change everything. See you in the next video.